Karen Jacobson, Marketing Artfully. So today we're going to be talking about hashtags on Instagram. And what that is when you put a pound sign in front of a keyword. And in my world, with my small business people who are accountants and insurance people and Etsy sellers and authors, a lot of times these fun, cool, hip keywords are not exactly things that people are looking for. The makeup bloggers and the fashion bloggers and the travel bloggers have all kinds of hashtags they can use. But for us, we have to think a little bit differently and figure out ways that people would be looking for us to follow us, to like us, right? Or to look at our posts, and then like it or give it a heart, something like that. Those are kind of the two goals. You want somebody to either follow you on Instagram or to like your post. And then you get more visibility and then you get more followers and it's a happy little upward spiral. But how are we going to find things for people like accountants? So first off, the first place when I'm searching for anything hashtag related. So this will work on Instagram. This will work for Pinterest, for Twitter, any of the hashtag sites, is I go to Hashtagify Me, because what they've done is aggregated a whole bunch of different kinds of hashtags and they show the relationship between them. So accountant is tax return, bookkeeper, IRS. I don't think anybody's going to do that. But I did think while I was here, who are their customers? So small business owners are their customers. And if we do small business, all of a sudden we get some really great hashtags that we could use. So small biz, entrepreneur, business, startup are things that you could use in your hashtag when you're doing your posts. Now, what does that actually look like? So anytime you do a hashtag search, these ones at the top, these top posts, see? Top 9 are the top posts for that keyword. But let's not do accountant because it's not really a thing, right? Small business. We're going to look for small business. And there's 9 million posts. So if you're looking for a keyword to include on your post for people to see you, the chances of them seeing you in small business aren't very good, right? Because that's a super competitive keyword. There's only really 9 top posts. Now you could be somewhere down here, Small Business Saturday, those kinds of things, shop small. But the chances of you really showing up there are slim if you have a smaller account. Now, a lot of the information I see for hashtags is people that have millions of followers telling you what to do, and their results are different than what ours are going to be. We have thousands of followers, not millions of followers. So what you can do now is go in here and find out what other keywords they're using. So they use small business, support local, maybe something that you want to do if you're a local business. We have holiday, there's some more. New Jersey. Okay, if you have a physical business, you want to make sure to do all of these actual location hashtags. So Asbury Park, New Jersey, yay the boss. New Jersey, Jersey Shore, small business, shop local, support small business. This is an Etsy shop. So what you can do is with this little feeder key hashtag, you can look things up. Now I was doing this for myself and I was kind of trying to figure out office storage, office, organizing your office, things like that. And I was having trouble. So all I did was I went office decor and I did a search and there's 300,000 posts. So that's going to be pretty competitive, right? Maybe not something that I want to try to compete against, but then I found this really cool post and this lady had some other keywords that I could start to use and put in my little spreadsheet. So I'll show you that. It's actually not a spreadsheet, it's a little list. So I could do office decor, workspace, on my desk. Creative space is really big for me. So let's check creative space. And it's like a little bunny trail. You can keep going down and down and down. So creative space is only 180,000. That's starting to get somewhere that I feel like I could maybe start competing with. So now we go into this one, Artist Life Studio. Now she's using a custom one. I bet you Studio Peach is her hashtag. And that's a really good idea too. I sometimes will use the hashtag glamorously vintage. And what happens is, let's do this real quick. Oh, it's only hers. So so like I said, it's her hashtag. Maybe she doesn't have enough for it to show up yet. But you would want to maybe give yourself an own hashtag because then everything kind of hooks together. But we have art supplies. I hadn't thought of that one. Art supplies would be good. And that's a big one. So this is how you can kind of start to follow the bunny trail. And then what I do is I come over here and I make myself a little cheat sheet in my notes that is on my computer, so I can do it super easily from my computer. And then when I get to my phone, I can just copy and paste rather than trying to type this all out. And additionally, in Instagram, you can't hit return, return, return and move down. So this will paste this in it exactly as it is. So this is for my vintage items. I would obviously go in here, say it was a dog doorstop. I would have dogs of Instagram, you know, boxer, whatever breed of dog it was. And then I can just copy and paste this to all the different things. And then because it is vintage decor, I would put my glamorously vintage hashtag there. So hopefully this helps kind of explain it a little bit, kind of advanced for some of you and maybe not so advanced for others of you. But for me, the finding the little bunny trails of all the hashtags that are, oh, let's do one more thing. So artist supplies, remember we started with 300,000 and now we're to 281. And the last one that we saw, Creative Space, was 183. Well, we might want to try to keep getting that lower and lower so that we go down and down and down and we start being more competitive. Now, I bet you hers are in her, she puts hers in her comments. I put mine in my post, but let's see what else she has. Creative Space, Home Interior, Interior Plants, Plant Lover, Crazy Plant, Love My Life. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so we got to find a desk. I need desks because that means office, right? Okay, here we go. Here we go. There's a whole bunch of them. So Urban Botanicals, fun, living with plants. This lady's, I think she's the other one. Desk goals. Okay, so desk goals has 40,000. And so you want to have a really nice mix in those 30 hashtags that you're allowed to have. Some that have maybe 10,000 posts, and then some that have 20,000 posts, and some that have 30,000 posts, and some that have, and then I could do office decor if I wanted to. I mean, I have 30 hashtags. The chances of me ranking for that are not great, but maybe somebody would find me that way. And that way, what you can do is I tend to put them, I'm sure I don't have it this way because I always do this, but so I try to put it from the easiest to the hard. So I wouldn't have Etsy as my first hashtag here because that's a very, very competitive keyword. So vintage store, let's see how many posts there are for that. Vintage store. So 500,000, that's quite a few, right? But now if we get on down here, get on down with my bad self to vintage finds, that has 400. So we're really, oh, thrift store find. I think this is one I liked. Thrift store find, 400, find instead of finds. Yeah, that's this one. So that only had 67,000. Now I have a much better chance of competing with these guys. They're not as fancy a picture. They're not as pretty. I may get on this featured place. I may get some extra likes. And so that's how you can kind of get in those higher level keywords by building on that. So hopefully that helps. Tara Jacobson, Marketing Artfully.